Most people who use turmeric are only getting a fraction of its actual benefit. They add it to their food, they stir it into their drinks, they take it in supplement form, and they walk away thinking they have done something good for their health. And they have, just not nearly as much as they could have. The reason comes down to a problem that researchers discovered about turmeric decades ago, and that the supplement industry has largely built a business model around obscuring from the public. Once you understand it, fixing it costs almost nothing. The active compound in turmeric that produces its anti-inflammatory and antioxidant effects is called curcumin. Curcumin is the reason turmeric has been used in traditional medicine for thousands of years, and it is the reason scientists have now conducted hundreds of studies examining its potential benefits for conditions ranging from arthritis to heart disease to cognitive decline. The research on curcumin is genuinely impressive. Dietitian Lauren Maneker summarizes it well. Curcumin has been studied for its potential to reduce inflammation, which may help with conditions like arthritis, and it may also support heart health by improving blood vessel function and reducing oxidative stress. Here's the problem. Curcumin has what researchers call poor bioavailability. That means when you consume it, your body absorbs very little of it. Most of the curcumin you eat passes through the digestive system without ever making it into the bloodstream in meaningful amounts. The compound is not particularly stable in the digestive environment, and it is not water-soluble, which limits how effectively the intestinal wall can absorb it. Studies suggest that when you eat turmeric on its own, only a tiny fraction of the curcumin actually reaches the tissues where it needs to be to produce its effects. This is why expensive curcumin supplements often contain proprietary formulations designed to improve absorption. Some use phospholipid complexes, some use nanotechnology, some add specific compounds to enhance bioavailability. These products are often marketed as the solution to the absorption problem, and they do work. But what most people do not know is that 3 ordinary spices you likely already have in your kitchen solve the same problem for essentially no cost. We are covering all 3 of them, plus a cooking method detail that most turmeric content never mentions. And that detail may be the most practically important thing in this entire video. The first and most important pairing is black pepper, and the number behind it is the one that tends to stop people in their tracks. Black pepper contains an active compound called piperine, which is the same compound responsible for its sharpness and heat. Piperine inhibits certain enzymes in the gut and liver that would otherwise break down curcumin before it can be absorbed. It also slows the rate at which curcumin is cleared from the body after absorption. The combined effect is dramatic. Dietitian Sherry Gaw explains it plainly. Black pepper can increase curcumin absorption by approximately 2,000%, not 20%, not 200%, 2,000. That is not a rounding error or a marketing exaggeration. It comes from a well-cited study examining the pharmacokinetics of curcumin and piperine administered together versus separately, and the difference in blood concentration of curcumin was that substantial. This means that if you have been eating turmeric without black pepper, you have been leaving almost all of its potential benefit on the table. Dietitian Mackenzie Burgess recommends adding a few cracks of black pepper whenever you cook with turmeric, whether it is in a soup, roasted vegetables, or even a smoothie. The amount does not need to be large. A small pinch of black pepper is enough to produce a meaningful increase in absorption. The ratio most commonly used in research is about 20 parts curcumin to 1 part piperine, and since turmeric itself is only about 3% curcumin by weight, a quarter teaspoon of turmeric with a small pinch of black pepper is well within the range that produces the effect. The second spice is cinnamon, and the pairing here works through a different and complementary mechanism. Rather than enhancing curcumin absorption the way black pepper does, cinnamon brings its own set of active compounds to the combination, and the two appear to work together synergistically. Gaw points to a 2023 review that found the phytochemicals in cinnamon and turmeric together may protect against inflammation, reduce risk of chronic diseases including type 2 diabetes, and potentially inhibit cancerous cell growth. The researchers noted that more human studies are needed before strong clinical conclusions can be drawn, but the biological plausibility of the combination is well supported by what is known about each compound individually. Cinnamon's own active compounds, particularly cinnamaldehyde and various polyphenols, have been studied specifically for their effects on blood sugar and insulin sensitivity. A large review of clinical trials found that cinnamon supplementation improved blood sugar levels in people with type 2 diabetes, though the evidence for cinnamon consumed in food quantities rather than supplement doses is still developing. The amounts used in most studies were larger than what you would typically sprinkle on oatmeal, so food-based cinnamon should be understood as supportive rather than therapeutic. What is not in question is that combining it with turmeric creates a flavor profile that works beautifully in warm drinks, baked goods, and savory dishes with a Moroccan or South Asian profile, while also delivering a combined antioxidant and anti-inflammatory load that neither spice provides as effectively alone. The third spice is ginger, and this combination may be the most researched of the three. Ginger contains a compound called gingerol that is structurally related to curcumin and shares some of its anti-inflammatory and antioxidant mechanisms. When the two compounds are present together, they appear to amplify each other's effects on inflammatory pathways in the body. The most striking piece of research GAW references on this combination is a 2020 study that found a combination of ginger, turmeric, and black pepper to be as effective as the medication naproxen for treating individuals with chronic knee osteoarthritis. It is critical to note that this was a study using daily supplementation in controlled doses, not kitchen quantities of spices used occasionally in cooking. The amounts involved were therapeutic rather than culinary. So this finding should not be interpreted as meaning your turmeric ginger tea is equivalent to an anti-inflammatory medication, but the underlying biology it points to is real. Beyond joint-related inflammation, Maneker notes that the turmeric and ginger combination offers specific benefits for digestive health. Ginger's gingerol is one of the best-studied natural anti-nausea compounds that exists, with clinical evidence supporting its use for nausea from chemotherapy, surgery, and pregnancy. Combined with turmeric's effects on gut inflammation and the intestinal lining, the two together create what Maneker describes as a powerful combination for reducing inflammation and improving gut health. Ginger can be used fresh or dried and in powder form, making it easy to incorporate into the same dishes and drinks where turmeric is already appearing. Now for the cooking tip that most turmeric content overlooks completely. Curcumin is fat-soluble. This is the same property that limits its water-based absorption, and it also means that the presence of dietary fat dramatically improves how much of it the body can take up. Dietitian Dixia Bhattarai is direct about this. Always cook turmeric in fats such as ghee, butter, or oil to improve absorption and increase bioavailability. When turmeric is dissolved in fat during cooking, it becomes far more accessible to the intestinal cells that absorb fat-soluble compounds. If you are making a turmeric drink rather than cooking with it, using dairy milk, cream, or coconut milk instead of water for the same reason makes a meaningful difference. The traditional golden milk preparations that have existed in South Asian cooking for centuries intuitively incorporated both fat and black pepper alongside turmeric long before the science explained why. Putting this together practically, the most effective way to use turmeric is to cook it in oil, ghee, or butter, add a pinch of black pepper, and combine it with ginger or cinnamon depending on the flavor profile of the dish. This combination addresses the bioavailability problem from multiple angles simultaneously, and does so using ingredients that cost almost nothing and are already in most kitchens. You do not need an expensive supplement. You need to know how to use what you already have. If this kind of content is useful to you, passing it along to someone who cooks with turmeric is the best thing you can do with it.